people of God. Praise the Lord. Praise the living God. I am called Lysindoris. I'm from Meganga, 200 kilometers away from Gaundari. I first visited the church in November 2016, and I was blessed with the pact. On going back, when I entered the car, I used my anointed water to anoint my seat. And then I sat down and I started sleeping. A voice came to me and said, anoint the whole car, anoint the whole car. I tried to ignore because there were so many people in the car and they were from different denominations. I could not try. Because I tried, as they are Muslim, they would finish me. I struggled to ignore. It was only saying, anoint the car, anoint the whole car. I turned and said, Papa God, help me. I don't know what I'm going to do. Or I should drop and take a different car. Then a voice came and said, no, calm down. I will show you what to do. Lucky enough, not up to an hour, we stopped at the checkpoint and we were asked to go down and present our identification papers. I said, God, this is the moment. I quickly ran out to the back of the car, sprinkled anointed water everywhere, right to the driver, and then I went down. Then we continued our journey. The next morning, around 7 o'clock in the morning, we heard a loud noise and we were on high speed, 70-seater bus, my sisters and brothers. You can imagine. We heard a loud noise just like a bomb. And I shouted, Jesus, take total control. I know you are in control. People started shouting as I said, Jesus, take total control. Some were shouting, Jesus control. Some were shouting, Jesus total. Then I continued shouting. There was a woman.
Wait. Some were shouting,
Jesus total. Some were shouting,
Jesus
total. As I said,
total.
Jesus, take total control.
Some were shouting, Jesus total.
Jesus total. Some were shouting, Jesus control. As they were trying to imitate me, so when I was sprinkling the anointed water, the woman who was sitting next to me saw what I was doing and asked me, and I explained that I was anointing the car so as to make us travel safely. As this happened, she said, Madam, use that your magic again. Use that your magic. I just stood up and started sprinkling it everywhere.
She said, use your magic.
Yeah, use that your magic again. I started sprinkling the anointed water everywhere. And then people were shouting in the car. The car was running at high speed from one corner of the car of the road to the other. Then I stood up. I just picked my courage. I stood up and said, shut up your noise. The Lord is in control. Nothing will happen to us. Then people just sat down. But they were still crying. So people wanted to jump out of the car. I reassured them and said, nothing will happen. We ran, people of God, for more than 45 minutes with that fire tired. Then we went now, as I continued shouting, and they were shouting, Jesus total, Jesus control. We went and stood by the side of the road. I have the pictures here. If you see how the tire was all worn out, the tube finished, even the wheel drum.
Jesus total, Jesus control. Watch your screen, watch your screen. See what happened before some say Jesus total and Jesus control. These are pieces of tire.
Of the tire, the front tire, 70-seater bus, passenger side. All the tire got torn.
And this happened before you. No, happened.
Sprinkled before it happened, so the car did not fall.
So had it been you didn't use anointing water?
It would have fallen in, I don't know. Everybody would have died, man of God, because it was a terrible act. It was so terrible. It's the front tire. The front tire of a 70-seater bus, and we were descending a hill. So if you look on the road, you will see pieces of tire. Then the tube and the wheel drum is twisted.
Celebrate Jesus.
As the car stopped, people rushed, and people even wanted to jump out of the window. I reassured them again, it is already well, why should you hurry? When we went down, the woman that was by my side had told everybody what I did. People were just rushing to me and asking, Madam, where have you taken the magic? Some said, it's an Anglophone, they are magic people, don't bother. She's coming back from home, so she's bringing her magic back. Then I just carried the small bottle up and said, this is my magic. This is what I've been using, and this is what I used on the car that has saved us. People asked where I got it, I explained. Some even said I should spray on their body so as to anoint them, and I did.
Give God a better hand clap. Why some say we cock Jesus? Some say the boy in my four cocks Jesus. You see, what if she didn't hear the voice of God? And had it been she heard the voice of God and minimized God's voice, what would have happened to them? You know, on a high speed, when you get a tire puncture, it's dangerous. Huh? It's dangerous. Just imagine. And some were confused. Jesus total and Jesus control. So, what she's saying, always do it on a journey. Anoint your car. Anoint your car. And pray without ceasing. Can you conclude?
People of God, my advice to you is always have your medium and travel with it. Move along with it everywhere you are going. And make sure you use it, especially if you are traveling. And don't make a show of, because you don't know who may be who. If it had been that I showed up by spraying on people's body, we don't know what could have happened. But I waited for the time that God had appointed. When people went out, I was allowed to go out. So I went behind, sprinkled it in the whole car and on the driver's seat, and then I went out.
What do you learn from that? What do you learn from that? The appointed time is the right time.